learn the truth about people when your hands are not full of gifts. Not money, not favors. That little habit of saving everyone who keeps cutting you open. The moment you stop pouring yourself into empty cups, listen carefully. Their voices change. The sweet become cold, the humble become proud. The grateful ones forget every night you carried them while your soul was breaking. And that is the comedy of it all. They did not love your heart, they loved the access. They loved the version that answered fast, the version that forgave quickly, the version that said, "It's fine," while dying behind the eyes. But the day you finally become quiet, the day you stop explaining, the day you stop begging for basic respect, they reveal themselves. Not because you became cruel, no. Because your kindness stopped feeding their hunger. Some people look innocent while you are useful. Take away the benefit, the mask begins to itch. They call you changed because they cannot call you controlled anymore. They will call you selfish because they cannot spend you anymore. They will call you cold because your warmth no longer belongs to those who froze you. And it hurts, yes, because a part of you wanted them to be better than that. Pain has eyes. And once you see who claps at your pain, who vanishes when you need them, who returns when you are useful again, you do not become bitter. You become awake. And awake people do not hand knives to smiling hands. Now you sit there differently. Not smiling the same, not trusting the same, not running toward voices just because they sound warm. Because experience teaches terrible things quietly. You start noticing who disappears when you stop entertaining them, who becomes irritated when you stop apologizing for things that were never your fault, who suddenly treats your silence like betrayal, because your silence no longer feeds their importance. And honestly, that realization can make a person cold at night. You replay conversations. You replay loyalty. You replay moments where you emptied yourself trying to save connections already dying behind your back. That is what hurts. Not losing people. Realizing how little it took for them to change once your giving stopped. Funny world, People praise sacrifice until sacrifice asks to rest. People adore kindness until kindness develops boundaries. People love loyalty until loyalty refuses humiliation. And some of them become angry when they can no longer reach the version of you that tolerated everything. That version is dead. You buried him quietly. No funeral, no dramatic goodbye. Just one exhausted night where your heart finally whispered, "Enough." After that, you started watching more than talking. Watching who only texts when they need comfort. Watching who ignores your pain but memorizes your usefulness. Watching who suddenly becomes distant the moment you stop carrying conversations alone. Patterns expose people faster than words ever will. And the terrifying part? Most people reveal themselves casually, without shame, without realizing you are finally awake enough to see it. So do not beg for old energy. Do not chase explanations. Do not force loyalty out of empty souls. If someone only values your giving, then they never truly valued you. And once you understand that, you stop mourning the connection. You start protecting your peace. After a while, you stop reacting the way they expect. That confuses people, especially the ones who survived by controlling emotions they never respected. They remember the old you, the one who panicked when energy changed, the one who kept chasing cold hearts hoping warmth would return. But pain, real pain, changes the nervous system of a human being. One day you wake up exhausted, not angry, not dramatic, just done. Done explaining loyalty to selfish people. Done shrinking yourself so ungrateful souls feel comfortable. Done carrying conversations that die the second you stop breathing life into them. And suddenly they notice. Funny timing, They ignored your sadness for months, but notice your distance in seconds. Because distance threatens people who benefited from your emotional availability. Some people were never attached to your soul. They were attached to your access, your attention, your forgiveness, your patience, your endless understanding. Take those away and watch how quickly affection turns into irritation. That is the real face. Not the smiling version, not the sweet voice at midnight, not the fake concern. The real face appears when they stop receiving. And yes, it breaks something inside you, because you remember how genuine your love was, how pure your intentions were, how many nights you sat there defending people who were slowly draining the life out of you. But maybe heartbreak is not always destruction. Maybe sometimes heartbreak is evidence. Evidence that your soul can no longer survive in fake environments. A healthy heart eventually rejects poison. So let them misunderstand your silence. Let them gossip about your change. Let them paint you cold because you stopped burning yourself to keep everybody warm. You are not becoming cruel. You are becoming unavailable to disrespect. And trust me, people reveal everything once your giving disappears. And the more unavailable you become, the louder their truth gets. Not in words, no, in behavior. They start testing doors you already locked. They send small messages, small jokes, small memories. Just enough to see if the old you is still alive. But the old you, the one who answered with a shaking heart, the one who forgave before the wound even closed, is not coming back. And that scares them, because now your kindness has conditions, your patience has limits, your silence has meaning, your presence has value. They loved you better when you were confused, when you questioned yourself, when you felt guilty for saying no, when you treated their bare minimum like a miracle. But once your eyes opened, everything changed. You stopped calling disrespect a misunderstanding. You stopped calling manipulation a mistake. You stopped calling absence a busy schedule. You named things correctly. And naming the truth is dangerous, because lies survive only when you keep decorating them. So now let them be uncomfortable. Let them face the version of you that no longer negotiates with pain. Yes, it hurts. It hurts to accept that some people only became honest after they lost control. But pain with truth is better than peace built on blindness. Listen, when someone shows you they only respect your absence, believe them. Do not run back because they suddenly sound sorry. Sometimes sorry means nothing but, I miss what you used to give me. And you are not a shelter for people who burned their own home inside you. So stay quiet, stay firm, stay gone from what drains you. Because once people reveal themselves, your job is not revenge. Your job is remembrance. Remembrance changes a person. Not loudly, not all at once, slowly, like winter entering a house through cracks nobody noticed before. You begin remembering every moment you abandoned yourself trying to keep somebody else comfortable. Every forced smile, every apology you gave just to stop conflict. Every night you sat there staring at the ceiling, asking yourself why love felt so heavy. And eventually, your mind becomes tired of lying to your heart. That is when healing starts becoming dangerous to people who benefited from your weakness. Because a healed person asks questions. A healed person notices patterns. A healed person stops romanticizing disrespect. You stop calling emotional neglect space. You stop calling manipulation confusion. You stop calling repeated betrayal human imperfection. No, you finally call it what it was. Disrespect with excuses attached to it. And some people hate awareness more than hatred itself, because awareness destroys access. Once you see clearly, they cannot pull you back using guilt. They cannot control you with silence. They cannot shake your nervous system every time their energy changes. Before, one cold reply ruined your whole night. Now you look at disrespect and feel tired instead of desperate. That is growth nobody talks about. Not becoming heartless, becoming harder to emotionally manipulate. Still, there are nights where memories attack quietly. You remember how deeply you cared, how honest your intentions were, how badly you wanted certain people to prove your fears wrong. And maybe that is the cruelest part. You wanted loyalty from people addicted to receiving. Some people never ask if you are okay because your suffering was convenient for them. Your loneliness made you easier to control. Your low self-worth made you easier to keep. Your constant forgiveness made consequences disappear. So the moment you begin choosing yourself, they act shocked. Oh wow, you changed. Of course you changed. Pain changes people. Disappointment changes people. Being emotionally exhausted for too long changes people. Especially when you finally realize nobody was coming to save you from what they kept doing to you. That realization creates a different kind of human being. Quieter, sharper, harder to impress, harder to fool. You stop needing constant reassurance. You stop begging to be chosen. You stop over-explaining your worth to people committed to misunderstanding it. And strangely, peace begins there. Not in revenge, not in anger, not in becoming cruel. Peace begins the moment you stop abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable. Because the truth is, people really do reveal themselves when your giving disappears. And once you see it clearly, you can never unsee it again. And after that, something inside you becomes permanently alert. Not paranoid, just aware. Aware of tone changes, aware of delayed respect, aware of people who only become affectionate when they feel you slipping away. You begin noticing how some souls only chase what no longer chases them back. And honestly, that realization can make a human being feel very alone. Because you start understanding how rare sincerity really is. Rare. Terrifyingly rare. People promise forever with temporary hearts. People say, "I care," while calculating convenience. People hold your hand while secretly preparing distance. And the frightening part? Most of them do not even think they are evil. No, they simply prioritize themselves so naturally that your pain becomes background noise. That is why your absence suddenly affects them more than your suffering ever did. Read that again inside your chest. Your absence affected them more than your pain. You cried quietly. They slept peacefully. You overthought every cold reply. They continued their day normally. You sat there blaming yourself while they enjoyed the emotional safety your loyalty provided. But the moment you emotionally detached, now they feel abandoned. Funny world. They call it abandonment when you stop sacrificing yourself. And maybe that is why exhausted people become silent. Not because they have nothing to say, but because experience taught them words rarely change selfish hearts. A person who truly values you does not wait until your soul is numb to appreciate your presence. That lesson hurts, because part of you still remembers the beginning, the laughter, the warmth, the hope, the late-night conversations that felt real. You replay them sometimes, not because you want to go back, but because your heart struggles to accept how something beautiful became emotionally dangerous. And slowly, very slowly, you stop romanticizing potential. You stop loving people for who they could be. You start respecting what they consistently are. That changes everything. Because consistency exposes character faster than promises ever will. A manipulative person can fake sweetness for weeks, maybe months, but patterns eventually confess. Who only calls when lonely, who disappears when you need support, who returns when their ego feels ignored, who acts offended the second you stop overgiving. Patterns speak louder than emotional speeches. That is why awakened people become difficult to control. They stop listening only to words. They start studying behavior. And once you reach that stage, you become dangerous to fake connections, because now you notice everything. The forced concern, the calculated apologies, the affection that appears only when access is threatened. Yes, human behavior becomes very obvious after heartbreak destroys your innocence. Still, do not let disappointment turn your heart cruel. Let it turn your vision clear. there is a difference. You do not need revenge against people who revealed themselves. Life already punished them. Imagine living unable to love without selfishness, unable to stay without benefit, unable to value people beyond usefulness. That is emptiness pretending to be power. Meanwhile, you survived emotional wars that nearly broke your identity. You learned how to walk away from attachment even when your chest begged you to stay. Do you understand how painful that is? To love deeply and still choose distance because peace matters more than addiction. Most people never develop that strength. They return to what destroys them just to avoid loneliness. But you finally understood something life was trying to teach you through every disappointment. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. Not everyone deserves your softness. Not everyone deserves endless understanding. Not everyone deserves another chance after repeatedly damaging your spirit. Your transformation did not begin when you became stronger. It began the moment you became tired. Tired of carrying conversations alone. Tired of forgiving things that secretly destroyed your self-respect. Tired of pretending loyalty does not hurt when it is given to the wrong people. Exhaustion changes human beings more than motivation ever will. Because eventually, the soul reaches a point where survival becomes more important than attachment. That is when your eyes truly open. You stop confusing attention with care. You stop confusing chemistry with trust. You stop confusing someone's temporary emotions with genuine loyalty. And suddenly, the world looks different. You start hearing manipulation hidden inside sweetness. You start noticing disrespect hidden inside jokes. You start seeing how some people slowly test your boundaries to discover how much pain you are willing to tolerate. And if you tolerate enough, they lose respect for you quietly. That is the cruel truth nobody explains. Overgiving does not always create love. Sometimes it creates entitlement. People become comfortable receiving what they never earned: your time, your patience, your emotional labor, your forgiveness after repeated damage. Then one day, the supply disappears. And suddenly they act confused. What happened to you? Nothing happened. You simply became aware that constantly saving others was slowly destroying you. Awareness is painful, because awareness forces you to admit things your heart tried to deny for a very long time. Like realizing some people only loved the parts of you that benefited them. Like realizing your kindness became a tool they expected instead of appreciated. Like realizing your silence was more respected than your honesty ever was. That realization changes your nervous system. You stop responding instantly. You stop over-explaining. You stop trying to fix every emotional distance the second it appears. Not because you stopped caring. Because you finally understand relationships cannot survive from one person's effort alone. And honestly, that lesson can feel heartbreaking at first. Especially when you are the type of person who loved deeply. The type who remembered small details. The type who stayed during dark moments. The type who gave people understanding even while secretly falling apart yourself. People like that suffer differently. Because they do not just lose connections, they lose illusions. The illusion that loyalty automatically creates loyalty. The illusion that love guarantees respect. The illusion that your pure intentions protect you from selfish people. Life destroys those illusions eventually. not to make you heartless, but to make you wiser. A wise person no longer begs to be valued. A wise person observes, listens, steps back, studies actions instead of promises. And once you begin doing that, human behavior becomes terrifyingly clear. You notice who only appears when lonely, who disappears after receiving comfort, who acts distant once your usefulness fades, who suddenly panics the moment your attention is no longer guaranteed.